Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Chemistry is Fun. Today we will deal with the topic nomenclature of compounds having functional groups. Now functional groups like COOH group, which is the suffix name oic acid, then OH, which is for alcohol, CHO for an aldehyde. Like that, these are the functional groups, and if these groups are present in the compound, how to name them? Today we will deal with those rules. Here there is a special point that the double and triple bonds are also considered as the functional groups. Now see, as we go to the rules, the first one states that the longest carbon chain is selected in such a way so as to include the maximum number of functional groups. Now see, in this structure which is shown here, there is a molecule. If we go by the left hand structure, the numbering is done 1, 2, 3, 4 as we can see here. Now I am saying that this numbering is right because here you see OH group is joined to carbon number 1 and this one CH2 CH3 group is joined to carbon number 2. So there are two substituents, you can see one is the alkyl group, that is CH2 CH3 and also OH. But if you consider this structure, here I am numbering from this end to this end. So we are having 5 carbon atoms in the longest chain, but there is only one substituent present at carbon number 3. So here, and this OH main functional group is again not coming in the straight chain. That is more important. This OH group is joined to this carbon, but the OH group is not directly linked anyway to the main chain, which I am numbering as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this OH functional group is not featuring if I number in this manner. So we have to go with this structure. In this you see the OH functional group is joined to carbon number 1. So here we are taking the chain having 4 carbon atoms, 1, 2, 3 and 4. But here the functional groups are directly linked to the straight chain we are considering. Here OH is also joined to the straight chain, CH2, CH3. This part is also joined to the carbon number 2 of the parent chain. So this is the right way of numbering. Next is, if there are more than one functional group, the selected longest chain must have all the functional groups. As we can see here, in this structure, you can see I have already numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am starting from this end. Because if I start by chance from this end, we will miss the double bond which is present between carbon number 1 and 2. We should include both the double bonds because in the beginning only I told that the double bonds and the triple bonds are also considered as functional group. So they are to be included. So the selected longest chain must have all the functional groups. These double bonds have to be included in the main chain. So we select from here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Since it is a 5-membered ring, it has to be having the root word penta. And in this you see there are two double bonds. Double bond means the suffix should be "-ene", "-ene", and there are two double bonds. So it is diene. So it will be pentadiene. And what is the locations? Carbon number 1 and carbon number 3 are having the double bond. So it will be 1,3-pentadiene. At the same time, there is a propyl group substitution at carbon number 3. CH2, CH2, CH3, 3 carbon. So it is propyl. So derivative of propane because 3 carbon. Root word prop for 3. These I already discussed in my previous videos. Please go through them. So it is 3-propyl 1,3-pentadiene. The next rule states that the numbering of carbon chain is done in such a way that the functional groups are given minimum possible number even if it violates lowest sum rule. So here you see in this structure I have numbered, preferably numbering should be done like this. I have shown here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this case, at carbon number 4, there are 2 methyl groups and second carbon has OH group. So we have to give preference to OH. In the end of this video, I have shown the seniority table for principal groups. So from that order, we will find that OH group gets preference over any other alkyl substituent. So OH group should be given less value than these 2 methyl groups. So we start numbering from this right end. So the methyl groups get locant 4. So here it will be 4,4-dimethyl because at carbon number 4 there are 2 methyl groups. See, this end means this is a carbon, this is another carbon, and then we have to satisfy the valency. So it has to be methyl group CH3 CH3. So it is 4,4-dimethyl pentanol 2. This 2 is for the position of the OH group. OH group is alcoholic group which gives the suffix OL. Here locant sum is 4 plus 4 plus 2, that is 10. But this is the right method we have seen. But if I number from the other end like this, if I do, then the methyl groups, both the methyl groups get position number 2 and the OH group gets position number 4. So here it becomes 2,2-dimethyl pentanol 4. Sum of the locants will be 2 plus 2. 2 for one methyl, another 2 for another methyl, plus 4 for the OH group. The sum of the locants is 8. Now see, this is 8 whereas this was 10. But still this is right. The earlier we did, that is 4,4-dimethyl pentanol 2 is right, because we have to give less value to OH group, because as I told you in the seniority table for principal groups, OH comes much before alkyl groups. So this is the correct one. Here if you do like this is wrong. Next we see the terminal E of the alkane is replaced by the suffix of corresponding functional group. Now you see in this compound CH3 CH2OH, how many carbon atoms? There are 2 carbon atoms. So 2 carbon atoms will be word root eth. So it is a derivative of ethane. Now what is the functional group? OH. When functional group OH is there, we should add the suffix OL. So we remove E from ethane and add OL to get ethanol. Next is the number indicating position of functional group should be placed immediately before the suffix, like but-2-in. But actually what happens, no, this rule was recommended it around 1993, that the number indicating position of functional group should be placed immediately before the suffix, like but-2-in. This is the latest convention which is used by IAPSC. The older conventions like butene-2 or butanol 2, like that, these will use, the replacement will take some time. So still butane 2 or 2-butene are very widely used. You may find in many places. It will take some time to totally replace all these, but as per the latest sign convention, which is convention used by IUPAC, it should be butan-2-ol. As in this case, you see, first we count the number of carbon atoms. There are 4 carbon atoms, 1, 2, 3, 4. We number from this end because we have to give minimum value to the functional group OH. So OH means it is an alcohol, so the suffix will be OL, and 2 gives the position of the OH group in the carbon chain. So it becomes butan-2-ol. Now some of the groups like halo means any halogen, nitro, and sometimes amino groups are not regarded as functional groups. They are considered as substituents. Means we have prefix name. For halogen, halo; for NO2, nitro; for NO, nitroso. Like that, we have the prefix name for them. In case the compound has 2 or more different functional groups, including double and triple bonds, The principal group forms the suffix. Means how we can decide the principal group? In the seniority table for principal groups, the group which comes above, means on the top, that gets more priority and that becomes the principal group in case there are more than one functional groups in a particular compound. As we see that in this case the other functional groups will be considered as substituents and then they will be indicated as prefix. Now in this compound you see there are two functional groups, CHO as well as COOH. But as per the seniority table, COOH comes before CHO, so it has to be given preference. So this will become the suffix. So for COOH, suffix is oic acid. Now we count the number of carbon atoms, but we will not use the carbon or count the carbon of CHO because this will be now be a these are the substituent. Now this is a substituent, so this will be named as a prefix. CHO, when it is a substituent, its prefix name is formyl. What is the position? Fourth carbon. Because COOH is the main functional group, now it has to be given preference and minimum position. So 1 we give to COOH carbon. So like that the CHO group is present at fourth carbon. So it becomes 4-formyl butanoic acid. Why butanoic acid? Because there are 4 carbon atoms. We are not taking the carbon of CHO because here it is a substituent. So it is 4-formyl butanoic acid. Since COOH gets more preference, CHO becomes a substituent. Since CHO is the substituent, we will use its name as the prefix. So for CHO, when it is used as prefix, the prefix name is CHO formyl. So it is 4-formyl butanoic acid. And we have to mention the position of CHO, so it is 4-formyl butanoic acid. Now here I have mentioned the seniority table for the principal groups, their prefix name as well as the suffix name. So group is mentioned, then I have given the prefix name, this is the prefix and this is the suffix. So these are the prefix name, this is the suffix name. I have used different colors so that there is no confusion. So the groups will be SO3H, prefix name sulfo, suffix name sulfonic acid. COOH, prefix is carboxy, if it is a suffix, oic acid. COOR, alkyl oxycarbonyl as a prefix. As a suffix, alkyl OH. COX, where X is an halogen. As a prefix, haloformyl. As a suffix, oil halide. CONH2, as a prefix, carbamoyl. As a suffix, amide. CHO, as a prefix, formyl, which I have just shown, and as a suffix, Al. CN, prefix and suffix names I am telling respectively, cyano and nitrile, CO, keto and on, OH, hydroxy and OL, NH2, amino and amine. For double bonds and triple bonds, we use as suffix only, so ENE for a double bond, YNE for a triple bond. The next examples which I am telling will all be in the prefix name only. Any halogen, halo, NO2 nitro, NO nitroso, dash O dash epoxy, means it will be bonded on both the sides. R dash alkyl, from the alkane alkyl is derived like ethyl, propyl. So these names from halo up to alkyl, these are all prefix names. Okay. All these will be more clear when we deal some examples in my coming videos. I hope you all could understand the topic which I discussed today. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you all.